YouTube? It's your boy Oscino Fly back with another review, and this time I'm reviewing Logic's new album, No Pressure. Logic coming from the DMV, Maryland, Gaithersburg, Maryland. Logic he's kind of like the rapper I've always had my ups and downs with. On the positive side, that man is actually a phenomenal rapper. He knows how to make rap music and all. Like, he can rap. He's a rapper's rapper. When it shows that on his tracks, it really shows, and you can show like the lyrical boundaries he can do, especially when he gets into his rapidy rap stuff. On the downside, it's like usually a lot of people find him corny, and I guess it's just the way he comes off sometimes, and then some of the topics that he kind of like use, it seems like he's trying to like want to be like one of those rich guys that still want, I'm still just like you, I have all these problems and all, and you know, I guess a lot of people not feeling that, especially the whole biracial thing. For some reason, a lot of people just like really, even though like colorism is a big thing in the black community, hearing Logic rap about him being biracial, it just came off as kind of corny, and a lot of people just not feeling about it. So Logic, he's gotten a lot of flack from people that's even from people that like him. It's just like when it comes to like stuff like that, it's really corny. As far as this album goes, it's just like I always been hot and cold about it. On days he's made really good albums, like Under Pressure, his first album, and then there are albums that I just really don't like Everybody, and then there's just albums I really don't care about, even though I listen to it. It's like Confessions of the Dangerous Mind. It's like he's been up and down. So with that being said, when I've heard No Pressure, I was obviously went back to his first Def Jam album review, debut album, Under Pressure. You kind of like, oh, is he going under that? Because that was actually like one of the few times people actually did fuck with Logic, and like especially me, I still think it's his best album to date. And it's funny because this is his debut album. So what do I think about this one? I feel like now that he's going into retirement, this could be his swan song. I feel like this is the swan song he wanted to go off on, which is cool because I feel like this is the Logic that everybody really asked for. Just the one that, you know, just rap. It's like, it's okay, you can do your concept albums, but when you rap, it's really good. And this album, it really shows that, and especially with some of the instrumentals on here from No ID. And it's funny because No ID did his first album, Under Pressure, so him coming back to this one, it seems like he should have stayed with No ID, if you understand my drift, because it seems like he knows, No ID knows Logic's style, and I feel like even in Under Pressure, when he did some of his stuff, he knew how to put him in songs and construct them songs where they're really good. I feel like I'm getting that same thing in No Pressure. I feel like No ID and Logic have this type of chemistry where it just fits on the album and it's just really good. Some of the songs that to me that kind of stands out, and to tell you the truth, when I go through this album, I don't really want to skip a lot of songs. There's not a lot of songs you really can skip. You can actually go through this whole song. You can actually go through this whole album without really skipping the songs if you really kind of think about it. Some of my favorites was actually the No Pressure intro, where he's rapping on there, and then you got Talia, the voice that's coming from the No Pressure, talking about these facts that's going on about the album, just like in the Under Pressure. It was just like, I'm glad he brought that back, and it really does fit the album. I feel like if you're gonna do something like this, Talia needs to, however he calls it, you know, she needs to be present in this album, and she is. So that's really good. Like I said, some of my favorite tracks are the No Pressure intros. I like the boom bappity beats, and to me, Logic is probably the best on those type of boom bap beats, especially like in his Young Sinatra days when those was about the boom baps. Songs like the No Pressure intro is really good. I like the Open Mic / Aquarius 3. I feel like that's a real good track, especially when he starts off in his open mic, and then when you hear the beats for Aquarius 3, it's really good. GP4, I used to call Logic Diet Kendrick a lot because I feel like there was times where he would get on tracks and it would be like he would either sound like Kendrick or he would get on beats that's like, I feel like it's real Kendrick Lamar like. And you know, he's continued to do that in most of his albums, but at the same time, here is like you only hear it once, and that's in GP4, and it's not like prevalent Diane Kendrick, because I think it's not prevalent Diane Kendrick, but you do hear it. But I do feel like you still get your Logic type of rap in this also. So, and the thing is, the positive about GP4 is it's kind of like an ode to Outkast, because Elevators. But the downside is, how can I say this? It sounds like a bootleg knockoff of Elevators, and I feel like when he does songs like this, because I know he did one with Wu-Tang, and that sounds like a knockoff version of Wu-Tang shit. And then he's done that before, where even with Dead Presidents, I feel like it was just knockoff of that. It either works for him or it doesn't. So usually it doesn't, because sometimes it does sound like real bootleg shit. I'd rather you just sample it, the original one, and just rap over that. But it's kind of, I guess it's mixtapey, but at the same time, I'd rather you do that. Other tracks I feel like is really good. Dad Bod is real good, because I like Dad Bod. It has this reluctant life of how his life is just now boring now that he's about to be a dad because he's retiring. And that's what you get with most of his albums, just like he'll talk about sometimes depression, which is really cool to talk about, and then he'll talk about retiring, and then he'll talk about him being a dad now and joining the life of the dad. So Dad Bod really covers that a lot. You still get your braggadocious Logic here. You get your, I guess not a lot, but I believe it was Hit My Line or Celebration is kind of like really concept heavy or something like that. It's okay. There's something like A to Z, which is basically he's rapping in alphabet, not like Papoose, but sort of like a way around it. It's like Papoose in his song, where Papoose was just rapping like A's, and everything sounded like A's till he got to the B's, and then got to the B's. And this is kind of like that, but it's just like he'll rap an A, then flip to a B, like that's a bar. Like an A to a B to a C to a D, that could be like a whole bar in there. So you will understand if you ever listen to A to Z. So overall, I do think, I'm not gonna lie, I feel cheated, because I feel like this is the Logic that everybody wants, and I feel like him and No ID are great at collabing at things like this. And I feel like if I would have got this in majority of his albums, I feel like I would have enjoyed Logic more than just him coming out with mad tapes. I feel like sometimes when Jay-Z goes with Pharrell, and I say this all the time, when a rapper and a producer fit together, sometimes it's just, you just want to work with that person. I know Jay-Z does work with No ID too, they make good songs, but when you hear a Jay and Kanye beat, that just goes together. But when you hear Jay and Pharrell, it's a guaranteed hit. When you hear Future and Metro Boomin, that's just a guaranteed hit. Or Gucci and Zaytoven, they guaranteed to make hits. Some that Dre and Snoop, you just know, like, when you got this person and this person collabing on one point, it's going to be a banger. I felt like I should have been getting this from Logic from the jump if he just stayed with No ID. I understand people try to be different and you want to explore new difference and have concepts for your albums. That's good, but sometimes it's just like when the chemistry works, it just works. And that's how I feel about this. That's why I feel cheated. I feel like if I would have got more than this, and a lot of people would have got more than this, they wouldn't look as Logic as corny as people kind of look at him. But, if this is his last album, which I'm going to assume this is his last album because he got the deal on Twitch, and this is a great album to go off of. So with that, I salute you. Becoming a dad, I know a lot of kids need their fathers in life, so you becoming a dad is real good. Congratulations on your Twitch streaming and all that Twitch deal, and I hope wish the best for you in your life. Now, and that's basically it. So and overall, I'm going to give this album of 8 out of 10. I think this is one of Logic's better albums, if not his second best album. I still think Under Pressure is a better album, but this is really a close second. If anybody has listened to this, I advise you to go ahead and listen to this one. This is a great album to listen to, and I hope that Logic finds his happiness. is peace, love, and positivity to y'all. So with that being said, let me know what y'all think. Did y'all like this album as much as anyone else did? Till then, my name is Oscino for life, and I'm out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove of rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rolled.
Pharaoh.